As the sum of each generation before it, the next generation Corvette stands alone as the new standard of precision and performance, of engineering and technology, of everything that makes an icon, and a Corvette, a Corvette.
Fundamentals were real important at the beginning, and once you nail those down, then it kind of gets into more of the sculpture of the car.
We see the car evolving, and we have this great process where it's part art, so hand sculpting clay, and part digital math-based design. So we sculpt the car, then we scan it, and then we'll use numerically controlled machines to recut that surface back on the clay. You go back to the sculptors, and they go start finessing the car, change the surfaces, make them blend together the way you want.
We started at the very front of the car, and at the very center of the front of the car is your highest wind velocity.
We don't want a bunch of air under the car, because that creates lift, so we have a bunch of air dams.
This next car will have a hybrid rear spoiler that touches down in the middle and then flows air under it on the outboard corners. Developing the aerodynamics, there are things that we do so that we can see the cause and the effect.
The Corvette has heat exchangers tucked away behind all of the openings. The air runs down the side of the car, and then we actually pump that air through the engine compartment, and it's evacuated through the rear wheel openings underneath the car and through vents that we have added to the hatch. It doesn't look like there's any fat in the car at all. All the surfaces are pulled as taut as possible over the mechanicals underneath. And that gives the car a real dynamic energy, something that draws people to it visually.
Almost everything is new about this car, and of course, for design, we want to leverage that.
As we watch the car evolve, we see the themes coming out. We see the car move towards its production shape.
We left no stone unturned. We were constantly asking ourselves, could we make something newer, better, more unique? You know, it still had to have the feel and look and maintain the brand Corvette, but you know, we had to do it in a new and unique way.
When I come in and see the sculptors and designers and engineers working around the clay model, stepping back, it's like watching a symphony orchestra with the interplay between all the different people to create a unique personality, a character, a soul for a vehicle that people will absolutely resonate with and love.
We're going from 10 colors to 12 colors. This will be the most we've ever offered. What we're finding is that our consumers want to bring a little bit of their own identity in the car and really want to exemplify who they are and bring their own emotion out. Yellow has always been synonymous with Corvette racing. One of the new colors that we brought in is what we're calling Accelerate. So we did a lot of research around color theory and found one of the most sensitive areas to the eye is a yellow that has a little bit of blue in it. We took the yellow from where everybody has been used to, which was a little bit more on the red side, and just pumped up the chroma, brought in some of that blue, still the yellow family, but really brings this most noticeable color that we've ever had. Our most iconic color is torch red. It's synonymous with the vehicle and is maintained all the way through the palette to now. Rapid is another real beautiful piece, and what I love about Rapid is it's this really bright blue. In my personal opinion, it's a little bit more exotic, global, really kind of tells the story of a supercar. Another new color that we're offering is Zeus Bronze. We knew that we wanted to do these more tonal and environmental pieces, and I believe Zeus Bronze ties in with our natural dip, the interior, in a beautiful way. And then the other main point that we did on the interior was the stitching and seatbelts. And this is really giving you a step above black when you go down that path. Then it also really pops the color a bit more. And it really just brings another example of that craft and quality. And that carries through in every interior in the car. The way I kind of always look at color is that it has to have an opinion. If it's just on there and somebody's just like, oh, it's just gray. It's not just gray. This is sky cool gray. This is a color that has tonality to it and really brings you into it and immerses you in it.
Driver mode, which is what most people are used to as Tour, Sport, Track, and Weather. My mode and Z mode are actually just 2 additional modes. And we look at different use cases that people would want to optimize the vehicle for. Tour, we look at it as a balanced mode that's good at everything. Sport is a little bit more catered toward the spirited driving. Track is all about the response and how the vehicle handles around maximum cornering, maximum acceleration, and maximum driver feel of the road. Tour, Sport, Track, Weather, they're all preset. What My Mode and Z Mode will allow you to do is for the driver to configure it themselves. So if they prefer different steering, different suspension, matched together or matched differently, then they can do that in My Mode and Z Mode. We allow it to key up in My Mode so the driver can personalize their vehicles. And then they'll have it turned on every time they turn on the car. The design intent of Z Mode is for a single use case. You could set up Z Mode for that curvy road that you go on every day on the way to work. Click on Z Mode, do your curvy road, and then go back to My Mode, and that's your day.